Hi everyone, happy Easter. I'm excited to be filming this morning. It is such a strange Easter considering we're all stuck inside, but I took a poll on my Instagram stories earlier this week. If you don't currently follow me, take a second, pause this, go follow at Sarah Rose Summers on Instagram. And a majority of you voted that you would indeed be getting dressed up for Easter. And I am as well. I was planning on it because during this time I've realized about myself that I feel the most joyful and therefore motivated throughout the day if I do actually get dressed up for something. So although today on Easter I don't necessarily have to feel motivated because it's just a day of joy and worship and family time, getting ready will make me feel like it's a holiday and it'll make me feel more joyful. So let's do this. First, I'm taking Tarte Shape Tape just on my eyelids as a base. Really carving out that brow. And today my dress is white with some purple flowers and I love it. So I'm going in with Tarte Handy Dandy Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust palette. I actually stole this from my mama just for this video. It is so pretty. It has lots of like beiges and pinks and purples. So first I'm going in with a fluffy brush right here in this white ivory color all over to lock in that concealer. This smells good. Using that same fluffy brush with this beige color right here, we're just going to use this as a base for all over the lid. Want to come tell everyone Happy Easter?
What?
Come tell everyone Happy Easter.
Is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Happy Easter.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Very.
Our first married Easter is certainly one to remember.
Got that right.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you too, bye.
Next, I'm going to go in with this pretty plum color. It's more like a lilac than anything on the corners. Going back in with that fluffy brush just to blend. Now I'm going in with a smaller brush with this darker purple color up here. I'm just going to put it on the bottom right next to the lash line here on top and wing it out a little bit. Just to give a little bit of dimension. You can back up and you can see the difference. I'm going to go back in with the lilac to blend that out in the corners. And then with my finger, I'm going to take this pink shimmer. Any eyeshadow with glitter in it, I feel, goes on best with your finger rather than a brush. It just kind of pushes it around. And then I press. So pretty. Going in with this center highlight shimmer on the very inner corner. Amazing. Now I do my eyes first because I always like to wipe off any fall off. So I'm just gonna brush that fall off away. Going in with Becca Under Eye Primer. This feels so nice. It helps fill in any creases under the eye, and it's a cooling effect, which I actually really do love. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, covering up the blemishes. Oh, before, rewind. Before I hopped on, I had cleansed my face and exfoliated, done my toner, as well as fully hydrated. So I'm all hydrated. I don't feel the need for a primer right now. So I'm just gonna go straight in with my concealer and blend, blend, blend. Covering up blemishes with Shape Tape, I just push it in, press it into your pores. Good, good. Today I'm gonna use my face tape, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. I haven't been doing full faces of makeup during quarantine, so I gotta shake up my foundation, make sure it's all blended up. As you can see, it's kind of not the most blended, so I'm going to send it directly onto my Oval Artiste brush. Don't forget those ears and down into your neck. Going to cover this with my light to medium neutral Tarte Amazonian Clay Airbrush foundation with my fluffy brush. If I can find it. Got it. Now that this little friend has crept back out without being invited, we're gonna cover it up once more. All right, go ahead and grab that bronzer. Grab a clean, smaller, fluffy brush. Dab into the bronzer. We're gonna contour that nose. This is obviously an optional step. Much better. I prefer this. Okay, also my lips look so silly, but that's fine. We'll fix it shortly. Going ahead and dabbing, pressing that concealer. Goodbye. Don't come back, please. Okay, going back with that bronzer and a fluffy brush. From the tip of your ear down to almost where that fishy face starts, and brushing really light, okay, with just, see how much more narrow this side of my face looks already? Wow, that's cool. You can always add more bronzer, right? But you don't want to do so much that it starts looking muddy and overly pigmented. So tap, tap, and then brush off the or tap off the excess. Carve out the jaw. Go right into the hairline. And then with the excess, just kind of blend it all together. Grab a blush, any blush. Start at the apple of your cheek and then float up just above where you put that bronzer. And then sometimes, especially in the spring and summer, I like to bring just a little bit onto the tip of my nose so it looks like I'm actually tanned by the sun. Now this is one of my favorite parts. I am obsessed with doing a light waterline, especially for a daytime look. I'm using Marc Jacobs. I went into Sephora one day and tested a bunch of like waterline lighter colors on my hand and then tried to wipe them off, and Marc Jacobs was tried and true, stayed on the best. So this one is Pink of Me. What I like about it is a twist top, so you don't actually have to sharpen it. And I'm gonna go, sorry if this creeps you out, you can fast forward. I'm gonna go right on that waterline. Makes the eye open and bright. Makes me so happy. Grab a narrow brush. Go back to that palette, and we're going to grab from the lilac color. and just dab it under the lash line. Taking that first fluffy neutral brush and blending it all together on the outside. Now for brows. If you want to fill them in, go for it. First of all, we need to brush them out. Fill them in with an angled brush, or if you prefer powder, you can do that too. I'm going in real light because I've really been trying to grow out these babies, and they are treating me well because of it, so just drawing in a little bit of that arch. And then brush back through to make those natural hairlines. Sometimes I go a little kooky and I brush off the top of my foundation. So I'm just gonna dab that back on nice and pretty. Now I want to highlight. Today I'm using Dandelion Twinkle by Benefit. It's such a pretty, like almost peachy highlighter. I love, it's so springy. It really gives me all the feels. Taking a highlighter brush. You do not have to use a fan brush for highlighter, I promise. This is the fluffy brush I used on my lids. This is my highlighter brush. Okay, dab in here. I like to go right on the top of where my Cupid's bow will be. Skinny it up and bring it down the nose. Also, I got a little crazy with the purple shadow. I hadn't done it in a while. So I'm gonna just take my, the lightest finger, which is your ring finger, on the tip, place some of the product, and go right under the brow to brighten it up a little. Okay, party people, I'm using Tarte Stay Spray. Now for lashes and lips. Okie dokie, I'm so excited. One of my dear friends, Megan, launched her own lash line. It's called Worthy the Label, which totally aligns with my heart. Her packaging is all reusable. A portion of her proceeds go to charity, and right now that charity of choice for her has been people on the front lines. So the beautiful packaging. I love a good lash. Look at these, you guys. I'm unsure if this is the way that Megan encourages you to do this, but personally, I like to put first a small coat of mascara on my actual lashes, and then I will put these on second. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real fast. Big Ego by Tarte is a perfect light layer. Okay, I can't perfect my lashes until my lips are on because I refuse to put such beautiful lashes on an unfinished face. First, this is ColourPop BFF. It's a very neutral, kind of pinkish neutral color, which I really like. Clearly, I'm an overliner. To each her own. It's Easter, so I want to be colorful. You know, I did the pink and the purple on the eyes. I'm going in with Kidman's Kiss. It's a very pink Charlotte Tilbury. Taking DC Lemonade. Awesome. Before we put these lashes on, I always like to clip off the very edge, and I'll show you what I mean. So right here you can tell that it's just a little bit long. The end, the tail, right here where there aren't any lashes, I'm gonna clip that off. That way we don't have anything poking in places where it's unnecessary. And I'll do that on the other end as well. Now before you put glue on your lashes, everyone's eyes are different sizes. So put them on your lash and just rest them there to make sure they fit your eye. They might be too big, in which case you'll need to clip off some from the ends. I, however, have a really large eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these babies on. Now Megan, this is her brand. I just adore her as a person. This is not an ad. She's so real and honest and vulnerable on social media. She's so open about her family. And the both of us prefer this type of lash adhesive where you can literally just paint it on the lash rather than having to squeeze glue out. So much easier. And then we're just gonna give it a second. This comes in multiple brands. In fact, I have it right here in Tarte Black, which is nice for if I'm doing a darker look. I prefer to use the black adhesive. So after you put on the glue, you want it to get a little bit dewy. You want it to dry just a tad before you put them on your lashes. The key with lashes is once you get it on, pinch them together with your real lashes so you can't really tell where they're laying. Ah, I love them. I love how wispy and fluffy these are. It's totally my jam when it comes to lashes. It gives me like my wedding day lash vibe, truly. While this glue is starting to dry on the other lash set, you can go ahead and I like to take a skinnier brush for my lower lashes in comparison. This is what I used on top, and this is what I'm gonna use on the bottom. And sometimes I do like to use this on the top, but today, because I just wanted that fine line, fine layer on top, I went with the fatter brush. That really pulls in that whole eye together. Sticking it to that outer corner first, laying it down along the center, and pressing on the inner corner. Beautiful! Also, who makes all these ridiculous expressions when they're putting on their mascara? It's like, if you don't make a funny face, are you really putting on mascara? No. Alright guys, I'm gonna finish up my whole look and we'll be back. Hey guys, I'm all ready for Easter Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the makeup tutorial. I just threw some quick curls in my hair. I'm gonna head downstairs. We're going to have our traditional Easter brunch with my family. My sweet mom got 2 of everything when she went to the grocery store and then left all of the ingredients on the porch of my brother and my sister-in-law because she's pregnant, so we're taking all the precautions right now. And so they're gonna be eating the same thing at the same time just across Omaha. I hope you guys have a beautiful Easter.